Hello everyone, welcome to Yamaguchi Japan Speaking Tube Radio. I'm your host, Dr.Issa. This is episode 110th, 110. Today, I went to school for mainly retirement people to teach painting. So I do this job bi-weekly, so 2 days a month, and 2 hours. For 2 hours I teach them, and I think they are very good students because they are all mature students, and maybe as a hobby, but I think they're a little bit seriously paint for a long time. They had painted for a long time, 40 years or something, which is longer than my lifetime. And so, anyway, but some students asked me or told me today, sometimes it's very, she said sometimes I'm very tired of paint. I don't know what should I paint. Some students say that kind of thing today. One of them said that kind of thing, and I think it is very difficult to reply that kind of profound matter. And I also found one student who has very outstanding skill, at least for oil painting, to paint with realistically. So, but I sometimes ask him. I have asked him, why do you paint this motif, this scenery? He's always paint from a picture he had took, and but he couldn't understand my question, really. And I think it's okay, but for my stance, why people paint? Because they have something to convey or declare to their other people. So the starting point of painting is to find the theme of artwork, or you should explain or show or convey. So it is very big point, the important point. But the student is very struggle, maybe almost defeated to find what is her own theme. And maybe the student, he cannot aware the importance of having a theme. And but he is very good to outstanding skill to paint, and it's almost a real picture photo, I mean. And he paint that kind of technically outstanding pictures, and yeah, maybe it's very rare. I'd like to my student to find the theme if their works are not outstanding. Technically, technique is important, but they have something. They must have something, and they find. I want them find what or consider what they should express. That's why I started 6 months ago on the class of PhD of art. The class of my class. I have PhD degree of art. Maybe I can, and I'm of course more than above all, I'm painter and creator to create painting and clay works. So I have something to tell my student. That is the contents of the class. You can see there all 15 classes through YouTube in my channel. But in Japanese, I'm awfully sorry, but every Japanese can understand what I'm saying in the video clips. So I recommend sometimes would you please see the video, my class, and of course I cannot tell you should paint with this particular theme. I don't know. That particular theme must be found by themselves, them own themes. Of course, I cannot guess that. I cannot leave that. I cannot figure out that theme, their theme. I think I can find my theme for my painting. I sometimes think that this is very important, and in Japanese education, although my mature students they are very eager to paint, and some kind of policy, some kind of applied to paint, to continuing painting, and but on the other hand, in Japanese education and the class of fine art class, in Japanese education, as junior high school student and junior high school student, high school, sorry, the students get very poor fine art education. I think they just learn very shallow technique, not the idea to it is very important to and it is a start point to make artwork is to have a concept, and what is you want to say. What is your original feeling? That kind of thing is very important. But many school teachers don't understand. It is very critical, and there a kind of bad tradition is started a very long time ago, I think. And the mature student, the 60s, 70s, maybe 80s, my students yet find that importance, that the kind of nightmare of Japanese education or common knowledge for fine art, at least in Japan, I think. On the other hand, when I lived in Australia, Queensland, Brisbane, Queensland, sorry, and there, as an exchange student, of course, fine art domain, and there were many mature students, but they tell what they want to express, that theme, that concept. I'm really surprised. And some of them were, I'm very awfully sorry, no offense, but the technique is not so good. Technique is suitable for their concept. Techniques they have were not suitable for the concept, sometimes, or very poor, kind of flimsy. But anyway, they told their concept, and they had a conversation with their concept with the professors. I sometimes saw them do that kind of thing, and I'm really surprised. I was really surprised that day. It is very big difference from small children. For the mature students, they are very big different, and it's kind of tendency. Japanese. Generally speaking, of course, there's a lot of exceptions, but generally speaking, for Japanese, the technique is very important, even if without concept, without content. And on the other hand, the Australians, I think some of them are not Australians from other countries, but anyway, I felt in Australia the people, the amateur, even if amateur artists tell their concept. That's a starting point. I hope I would like to tell the concept is the first first starting point for make art. And of course, the technique is very important too. But the technique is must be used to convey or express their concept, that concept. Otherwise, the techniques are for nothing. That I'm recently think, and today I thought when I asked what should I paint, the motive. She is bother. It was trouble to find the motive. But I think it's chance to find her own concept. Anyway, thank you for listening to Speaking Tube Radio. Have a nice day. Valete.